I'm Calvin.
Eric.
And we're back with Daredevil Born Again. Where last time, well, first I guess we should say we got another one of these.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I don't know where this fits in with everything, so we're gonna open this clue package at the end. So after we watch this episode, make sure you guys stick around, and then we're gonna open this up after the episode.
Immediately afterwards.
Just to make sure we don't get spoiled by anything, but to get more clues. And
yes.
So I'm gonna put that right here.
Last time on Daredevil, 2 words. It.
What?
Matt said, F it, and this went. He went to take out Muse. He did have an amazing fight. Muse got away, though.
Saved Angela.
He saved
which
Angela.
Is good.
A possible future White Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
But while that was happening, Fisk was beating up Adam.
Yep. Which we never could have stopped.
He evened the playing field. He gave him an axe. I mean, that's...
Should give him a spear.
Benevolent.
Why didn't you give him a spear?
Well, he didn't want to die.
Spear would be too useful.
Yeah, spear definitely just
too
works.
much. Too much.
Yeah. If he really wanted to overpower Adam, he should have given him a knife.
He's
He told him that the overhand is the best way to stab.
He's trying to do the equalizer, not the give you a big advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or-
come on.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, next.
Equalize-ish.
All right. We learned a lot about Muse last time. Over 60 victims, using the blood of his victims to make art.
Yep.
It won't come off the walls very well. And yeah, Muse is still out there.
Yes. But our poll wasn't about any of that. The poll was from the episode before. Do you think Matt suspects Kamala is Miss Marvel? 47% of people says he has no idea. 53, he knows Kamala's identity. He's not stupid, and you can probably tell from the way Yusuf talks about Kamala and Miss Marvel in the same way.
See, that's kind of what I was thinking. The way he
The
hears
way his
things,
heart flutters
the way
when he talks about
notices,
his
like,
daughter.
man, he's just as excited about her as he is about her.
Yep.
Seems proud of both.
I think Mr. Khan made it obvious.
He had a pop on his desk of a superhero.
He showed it to a blind man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a picture of his daughter, but a pop, you know?
That is true.
And that, you know, why you got the superhero on your desk?
He has a picture of a superhero and not of his family.
Yeah.
This person says, nope, he was just appealing to a father of his daughter.
Okay.
I don't think he suspects or cares. Yusuf just comes across as a proud dad who likes his local superheroes.
He was appealing to a father? Like Matt was appealing to Yusuf?
a father, yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying that Yusuf was appealing to Matt.
No. Why
I
was
was like,
that?
you
Doesn't
used
make
the
any
wrong
sense.
word then.
They used the wrong word? I was just reading.
No.
Not yet, but I'm sure he will figure out easily if they meet. And then they have to be setting up a Young Avengers thing, right? Maybe.
It's quite possible.
Maybe.
Young
I could
Avengers?
see Spider-Man as the leader of that.
Is Daredevil a young Avenger?
He's like their Nick Fury.
Okay.
He's met a couple of them now. He can bring them together, you know?
Okay.
He's on the younger side. Right?
Not in terms of...
Age?
I've been thinking a lot about projected personas or masks.
Dr. Miller, I need help.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Oh,
Thank you.
gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
politics is
Forgot about that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remembered him this week. I was like, oh shit, yeah. We were saying like,
There's no one else.
I can't think of anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be him, huh?
When you look out this window, what do you see?
Starbucks. Voters.
Voters at Starbucks?
A girl named Angela Del Toro was dropped off at Presbyterian late last night. Says she actually escaped from Muse.
She's still alive.
She lost a lot of blood, like 2,500 milliliters, which, I don't know, kind of sounds like a lot, but
Considering that you only have like
cops toward Muse's hideout.
But how
5
did she
liters,
escape?
The girl claims she was rescued
it's like half her blood.
by the vigilante known as Daredevil.
Cops aren't doing their job.
There's a part of me that thinks that Matt not holding back will think that he has permission to not hold back.
He's back.
Yep. He's almost relieved, it seems like.
He's back.
So,
Oh, he's back.
an average adult body has 4,500 to about 5,500 milliliters. Though Angela was not an adult,
she's not
right?
an adult,
She's
yeah.
also a kid, so
I am an adult.
she might have maybe on the lower end of that.
So it's like what, half?
Half her
Half her
blood
blood,
gone
At
or
least
something.
half or more of her blood.
It's okay. I'm here. I'm here.
He is. He is there.
Do you think he feels like he like got off the wagon?
Oh.
Is it like a similar feeling to like someone that was sober and is no longer?
Gotta get that blood off you, Chris, quick. She's coming in.
This is like that scene in the Neil Breen movie.
No, nothing like that.
Don't question. Only kiss.
No, Matt. What's going on? You're checked out a large portion of the time. You put yourself in dangerous
She can't
situations.
psychoanalyze
Like
you.
the bank. You're beat up. Is this some sort of self-harm?
Definitely.
No, I did not do this to myself.
It's called Catholic guilt.
I love you, Matt.
I love you too.
I thought they were just banging. I didn't know they were in love.
What?
What the hell is wrong with you?
Morning, Cherry.
You think I wouldn't find out? You give me your word and then you pull this shit?
Uh-oh.
I can figure out where he's gonna strike next. So do me a favor. Talk to your contacts.
No. If you want to blow up your life again, you go ahead. You're on your own.
And he'll come
You
around.
know, there was a time when you were on the force. Moments like this. You called me.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I found Muse in one night.
Right? It's like Commissioner Gordon calling Batman.
Yeah.
It's not like Muse is the first serial killer the city's ever seen.
We're talking about a man who dresses in a devil
He's
costume.
rocking.
Oh yeah, this bothers him.
Oh yeah.
If he is back, if he is going after Muse, it's not the worst thing in the world, is it?
Catch a serial killer.
But it's a failing of the police. That's what it's
For the
highlighting.
city.
For the sake of the city.
When I brought you over from your previous life, can you recall why I said I hired you?
I believe you called it my ability to think asymmetrically.
Yes, Buck. Yes. Now, I have the responsibility to protect this city from anyone who steps outside of the law.
Yeah, he's getting permission. I love that. Yes, Buck. Yes.
Detective asked me a bunch of questions when I woke up.
They only sent 2 cops.
Well, there were other cops outside guarding.
Did you flinch when he went?
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel like I'm in an abusive relationship.
Needles.
You need like
Stop it. I need armor.
you need like spikes when yeah,
Needles.
needles coming out of your shoulder.
Thanks for meeting me, Mrs. Fisk. Why the hell does he want to be mayor? What's his angle?
I don't have to explain my husband's actions to you or to anyone.
You think it's bullshit too, don't you? We're not earning like we were with you. Maybe it's time for a change.
Are you asking for my permission or my help?
That's up to you.
Dude, is she gonna turn on him?
That's what I thought. From the beginning.
Bastion Cooper. Who is he? And are you certain he's our guy?
Certain, no. Confident, yes. I found a piece of canvas.
Canvas.
This particular canvas is very rare, very expensive. There's only 2 stores in the entire city that sell it. In the last 2 weeks, 12 people have bought it, and we have talked to 11 of them. Bastion is the only person we couldn't find.
Doesn't prove he's guilty.
No, but when we started looking into Bastion's past, we made some troubling discoveries.
He's got to be a really good fighter. Was he
I
in the military, maybe?
don't think it's him anymore.
I mean, all I ever wanted to be was an artist. To be the person I am now, and that's all thanks to you.
That is kind of you to say, but I'm just the
No,
conduit.
you're the key.
Uh-oh.
Don't you see that? I mean,
A little
you
fixated.
unlocked something in me, Dr. Glenn. So something I didn't know was missing. You've allowed my creativity to flourish, to soar to heights I never even imagined.
He wants to show her.
The city is finally starting to see me for who I really am.
Does that mean you've been displaying your art?
You've seen it.
There's the blood.
Vigilante from Hell's Kitchen is back.
Well, those aren't just rumors. We don't have confirmation on that, sir, but we are definitely open to the possibility.
Look at that.
Thank you. You've done a good job.
Of course, sir.
And I'll take it from here.
No, we mean you take him right here. What?
His task force. Right?
If she's the detective, why isn't she taking it from here?
Because he has a task force. Ugh, God, why do you wipe your nose like that?
Really dug in there.
We can't hide from ourselves. It's only when we embrace who we are we can truly be free. No. This is a good thing. There's only one question on your mind right now. Can I make it to the door in time?
She did make it to the door. What if it was like a touch base process? She won.
Oh man, I hope he doesn't kill her. Not Heather.
So is it all his own blood that he paints in?
No. It's all their blood, remember? The
Yeah, he was
sanitation
taking
worker found it.
Yeah. Punisher symbol.
I was gonna say, no, leave your gloves on, fingerprints, but he needs to be able to feel too, right?
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. The same image, but man, it would be so difficult to recognize someone by touching the page. Well, like, graphite doesn't really leave much of a mark, you know, to feel.
Oh, blood!
And it's that cop that he hates anyway.
The fucking pow.
That was so fucking ding. Then exit scene.
Bastion, please.
Don't fucking call me that! I am Muse! Muse. M-U-S-E.
He's just autographing Aaron.
Please don't hurt me.
My least favorite Daredevil villain ever.
Muse.
How do you
Where
know?
are you going with all of this?
Why is she a key?
Open the
Because-
creativity!
Well, there we go.
Yeah. She opened the doorway for him to become who he wants to be.
Don't poke it. No.
Can't wind up. Okay,
It's not a fucking needle.
It's
He's
not.
just
You're
cutting
okay.
in. This is okay.
Yes!
I would so much rather take a needle.
No, not yet.
The mayor sent force.
What the hell is that?
It's canvas. It's a drop cloth.
You can't even talk to me without that insane mask on. Anybody who needs a mask is a coward.
He should be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Holy shit, it is Matt. Taekwondo, don't.
Come on, man, without fear. Oh, stay down.
Ah, stay down.
Approaching the north edge. Stand by the breach.
Why
We
that
didn't
glass
do that,
broken?
did we?
Daredevil. Yeah. Should have trained for more than 3 months.
Oh, please don't kill her. Oh, please don't kill her.
You throw knives, don't throw knives.
Oh my gosh!
Get over here!
Blood on your canvas.
Yeah, it was on his canvas too.
Ah! There's his blood. Ugh.
Yep.
There's blood everywhere. Oh.
Damn! Unloaded.
Oh my god, she's bleeding out now.
Breach. Muse is dead. Secure the building.
How do you know?
You didn't even check him. You can't say that.
I mean, sure, he's got lots of bullet holes in him, but check him.
Muse is dead.
How do you know? Okay. But I get it. Cops coming in, just like they said it. No one checked him. No one did anything.
When we made entry into the room, Muse was already dead. The place was a chaotic mess. I mean, he was here. Daredevil.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Daredevil swooped in and took this away.
What we do know is that you and your men did your job.
They get the credit.
Yep.
That you stopped Muse.
Deep down, that's gonna burn him up.
You're gonna be okay.
You killed him, Matt.
You didn't have a choice.
How do you know?
I know. I know because I know you.
There was someone else there. I think he said my name.
Who?
Daredevil.
I promised to keep our streets safe, and I delivered.
Weather Street.
Who?
Is that
Who's
her
it to?
texting Luca?
Or
Is it for Luca
Or is it
being
for
an
Luca?
issue?
It's probably
Yeah.
for Luca.
Like, will she turn on Fisk or no? I feel like he's alone waiting, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe not. Maybe not.
I mean, it might just be a
I
trick.
think it's just bait for Luca.
I don't know. I don't expect. Because I don't know that she's for him being mayor either. Well, he's there alone
He is.
for some reason,
Sure.
not eating with her, you know?
But Luca's just a regular guy. He can't withstand.
Because he
There's
have
an
a weapon.
axe at the door.
He could have a weapon. Great equalizer.
It would need to be a really, really great equalizer.
I'm surprised he's coming alone.
Is he coming in to kill him? Is it to talk? Is it a meeting? No. Well, that seems to be gunny. Jeez!
Thank you, Buck.
Yes, Buck. Yes. Damn, I didn't know Buck was like that. His other
former
right?
life, yeah. He seemed like he was some kind of.
You call Vanessa and ask her. She'd like me to bring her home some stolen hair.
Hmm.
Of course, sir.
Not as alone as she thought, huh?
Do you think he still has his undersuits?
Oh, maybe. I mean, he probably has them. The question is he wearing them?
Yeah.
And we have this to do, too.
Yeah, we do.
Do indeed.
Should I do it first?
Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and open up our evidence sent to us by Disney. So let's see what it was. And then we'll talk all about the episode, which I have many things to talk about.
All right, what we got?
Oh. It's a file.
I have a holder. I have this as Daredevil Born Again.
Oh.
By Muse.
A kingpin portrait. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Wait. I'm trying to see if this looked like a body, while this also looked like a head. Here.
Hmm?
You know what I mean?
There's Daredevil down there.
Yeah.
You see that, Aaron? Daredevil down there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we got some, oh man, we got Muse's DNA, or someone's DNA.
More Muse art here.
That's the Daredevil.
This,
with
this
the
one's...
angel halo.
That's pretty cool. Very cool.
Cool artwork.
Yeah, awesome.
I like that.
Thank you.
A lot of neat things.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But with this, Muse is dead.
Yep.
Kind of surprised me a little
Seems like Muse is, yeah.
Yeah. If he is in fact dead.
I mean,
we presume
he's dead.
He's dead.
He's been laying there a long time.
I do believe him to be dead. The thing I thought was silly was when the cop walked in and immediately went, "He's dead."
Yeah.
And like was calling it in, like as if he was dead.
Looked dead to me.
The crazy thing would be is if Muse, before the cops came and after Daredevil left, switched his clothes with somebody else. That would be crazy.
Be ridiculous. You're right, because there's no way that happened.
Very unlikely.
Oh man.
So what was Muse saying in terms of like you were the key? Like she awakened this in him. So
Yeah.
like he's putting like everything, all these 60 victims is kind of like resulting from you speaking to me or reading your book. Is that what it was?
Well, the book aspect, I think like she's also diving into the psyche of like vigilantes and
Yeah.
people with masks and all that kind of stuff too, and the idea of living without fear.
Yeah.
And he feared his parents, it seemed. He did things he didn't want to do because of them. Like, I think there's an aspect of fear where it's like, I don't have to live in fear anymore.
Mhm.
I'm putting myself out there and people are liking my art, you know, like.
I think he was killing before, but she unlocked the drive in him to become the artist that he always wanted to be. So I think he started using the killings as a way to arm himself, prepare his materials and stuff for his art.
But I think it's related to the book, not just because she's now talking to him as a psychologist or psychiatrist.
Like he reached out to her at the book signing.
Yeah.
Originally. So there was something in there that changed him.
That was a little while back too. I forget exactly. Maybe like.
That was like episode 2.
Yeah, I'd say episode 2, 3, somewhere in there. So.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot about him. If someone had brought that up, I'd be like, yep, that's Muse. Last episode.
Yeah.
I kept trying to go like, I don't recognize anybody's eyes. So I was thinking about everybody, but no, that's him.
Like I said, this past week I was just thinking about like, oh man, this season of Daredevil has been so interesting. And I just remembered that, oh yeah, she wrote a book. That kid was there. We haven't seen that kid. I was like, oh no, we're all idiots.
I think my favorite scene of the episode was Fisk looking out the window and talking about how Daredevil took down his organization. Like just completely, like it's like what he did at the end. He has a whole set of alternate facts.
Yeah. Alternate facts.
Yeah, but like I love that. Like you know, you could hear his voice getting angrier. He was trying to like keep it in, but he was like shaking, and there is this element of. It's not necessarily excitement, but I felt like there's this element of like, well, if he can, I can. In a way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's just me just kind of bringing that with me as a viewer watching both of these protagonist stories.
You also get Buck being like, but you don't do that anymore, sir. You know, like you've left that behind. You know,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
so.
Sure.
Like him, what he did before doesn't matter because that's not what you do anymore. You know, you're into this now. You've gone straight. You're no longer.
And I was joking about him being Wesley 2.0, but at the end there, like he shows that he is in for more than just the politics here.
It was his asymmetrical.
He thinks asymmetrically.
I think asymmetrically. What does he mean by that?
He said he had a previous life, and that you think asymmetrically. I guess just.
I think he just thinks
he doesn't get tricked by patterns. I don't know.
I was going to say, like, he doesn't think from a perspective of fairness is correct.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's not looking at things being symmetrical and balanced.
Yeah. He's looking at, I'm taking as much as I can, and you get whatever I let you, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, there's the thoughts of, like, what you think the world should be and what you know the world actually is can be different. How do you think... this like talk of vigilantes and the anti-vigilante task squad and stuff, does that, I mean, I know that we are looking at this kind of separately, but it is in the same universe. Like, how do they think about like the Avengers versus mass vigilantes? You know, like, and where does like Spider-Man fit in there?
That was all the Sokovia Accords.
I would say there's the same thing there, right? Where it's like heroes need to be registered.
Sure. But they kind of dropped that, and now it's just kind of like Doctor Strange, just like going to a party, wedding party, and without his cape and stuff, you know.
They dropped it after Endgame and Infinity War, right?
Yeah.
Because during that whole time there was, well, what do we use?
Sure, yeah.
There's no one, everyone's dead or gone, disappeared. Like, we needed people to stop
if
this.
it weren't for the Avengers, for Iron Man, like the Thanos thing would have continued.
Yeah.
You know?
And if they had been not split like they were, they might have been able to stop it beforehand and stuff. But
sure.
I think there's also an idea of like, a lot of them have like organizations, like they might have some reporting, like working with other things. Like Matt, Daredevil, does not.
Yeah.
He is a lone entity, probably like the Swordsman, like Spider-Man, where like typically they're just out there and they just do whatever they're doing, you know?
True. And I haven't yet seen Brave New World, which I imagine with the story about the President and Captain America might have some clues on how the status quo of the government's look
like
on.
he is not a vigilante, right? He's, at least from what I got from the trailers of that, it's more of like, we want you to work with America and be like
he seems state sponsored.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
However, I know like a lot of that is like Captain America, even though he's called Captain America, wants to be more of a free agent to help people, not just do what America wants him to do, right?
Yeah.
So
Captain Humanity.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but he's right there with Steve and the being against the registration and making this type of thing. Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. I would be interested in like the various like comment pages being like, well, he says this about Daredevil, but what about when they saved New York 3 times? You know, that type of thing.
I think the vigilantes are trying to stop crime, whereas those heroes are trying to stop like
existential threats,
war. You know, like
Yeah.
it's the scale, I suppose, maybe, right?
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
Like, I feel like Daredevil can handle people within the system, and the Avengers handle the system.
Sure.
Right?
Like a Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the grapple through the body.
Man.
I was like, oh no, what's he
Yeah.
gonna do? And that
that
was
was
so
really cool.
good. I love it.
That's something that we didn't get as explored, that weapon in the previous
No,
show.
because it was more of just a baton, right? Like it was like the Kali fighting sticks was more
Yeah.
like what he had that he fought with, not like this weapon that can detach and shoot off his grapple hook and all. Oh, I love
That
it.
grappling hook is so
Love it.
great.
So much more like the comics and like the other Daredevil entities that I've seen.
It's like he went up to like the 6th floor just with the grappling hook. I'm guessing.
How much cable's in there, man? Batman would love that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can go really far with his. But yeah, grapple hook through him was great. I do wonder if Heather will notice because of like, I don't know how much she remembers really. She seems very foggy on it.
Yeah, she
But,
seemed
like,
very
don't use
foggy,
that
but
word.
she was
Don't use that word.
like,
She was almost.
shut up, Eric.
You can't say it.
She was almost foggier.
She was almost extremely foggy.
But like, did she notice like there's a cut that happened to Daredevil's leg? Like, if she already saw the bruises, will she ask where this cut came from? Will she remember where the cut came from?
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't seem to remember exactly that he was
Yeah.
there, but enough to remember that
But she said,
someone
like,
was there with Daredevil. And,
Someone else was there. I think Daredevil said my name.
yeah, he said my name.
And I feel like that's a lot that you can use to put those pieces together.
Maybe.
Sure.
I mean,
Like she saw
also-
you know what?
immediately.
The cops came in. I'm sure they knew her name. You know what's it?
It was probably on the door. That's how.
She has a book with her face on it.
Yeah.
You know, like the
Of
door.
course, Daredevil would read the book about not living in fear and living behind a mask and everything. That tracks.
I would imagine that her knowledge of like various brain states in different levels of stress and consciousness and stuff like might help with the skepticism of like, I don't know what I saw, but I probably can't trust any of what I saw too, you know?
Maybe.
She deals with that type of thing of people seeing things that aren't there, and
She deals with that clinically, but I don't know how much experience she has with it. You know,
Sure.
personal experience
Yeah.
of witnessing it firsthand and going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Brains are weird.
Yep.
Yeah, they are.
Super weird. Thank you, Buck. I'm just so happy we get Vincent D'Onofrio every week.
Yeah, me too. I am curious, like, what you guys think. Did she send Luca there to kill Fisk, or as a way of wrapping up the, like, fine, if you want to act out, you can act out, but there's going to be consequences kind of thing?
I think she worked with Fisk.
I think he knew that's why Buck was there. You text him like, "Hey, here's what he said. Here's what's going on. He's coming to betray you. He's not going to listen."
Yeah.
So I'll tell him you're there, and if he comes, you know. And they waited. They didn't like.
I don't know why.
They waited for him to pull out his gun and
They
be
did.
pointing at Fisk before he shot him. You know. So it's.
Yeah.
I feel like they gave him every opportunity to be like, "Hey, Fisk,"
to back
you know,
away
like
and-
what to not show up, to walk in and talk to him, to whatever. But
He came alone
he did.
to kill Wilson Fisk.
He did. He thought it was gonna be easy. You know, he thought he was alone. I got a gun. The great equalizer.
Yeah.
I mean, Fisk has been shot in the face and later.
Yeah.
He was shot in the face. It's true.
You gotta be.
Got a new
Yeah.
eyeball out of it, right? Yeah.
Yep. Well, he regrew it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
And I did really like the argument with Sherry. I think Sherry might eventually come around to working more with the Daredevil side of Matt, but I did love Matt's line of like, you know, the police have been looking for him. I found Muse in one night.
Yeah.
You know, just showing how easy this is for me. And
I mean, he had the benefit he had was that Angela came and said what she had found, and then when she disappeared, it's like, well, she just told me what she found.
Yeah.
Where would she have gone? Probably there.
Yeah.
The thing I liked more of that was him saying like, it was a time when you were in the Force.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was
gonna say,
You
yeah.
called me.
Absolutely.
It's very Batman-like of like. The Joker's out and he has your girl and
Yeah.
he has you know this guy and he's done this and there's a bomb and like what do the cops do? He's like, call Batman, put this in the sky, you know,
like would Bullock insist on not helping Batman if the Commissioner Gordon were kidnapped by the Joker?
How far away from lunch is it? I think it was farther away from lunch is more like he'll be angry. But if he is satiated, he'll be like, let him go.
What if it's during lunch?
He's not there. He's not there.
But yeah, I mean the conversation there, like I get Cherry, I get like he came to him and told him to, like there's a serial killer, I want to tell you, you know, you can't do this, you promised me you weren't going to do this. But yeah, if Matt wasn't there, Angela would be dead, there'd be another body, and
and they would be no further ahead in finding out who he
Muse.
was.
No, so like I get both sides. Like I think Matt is right and he saved a life, which is great. But I think I'm curious more so on Kristen, is that her name? The other lawyer, who is like upset and being like, Cherry, you're not telling me stuff. Matt's not telling me stuff. I trust you. I wish it was a two-way street. Like, is
She's
she
gonna
gonna
hire
find
a
out?
private investigator to look into Matt and Cherry.
Maybe.
What other private investigator do we know in New York?
That would be fucking sweet.
That would be cool.
Alias investigations. How cool would that be?
I was trying to think if there's anyone else. I didn't go to Jessica Jones right away. 'Cause
No.
I'm still not 100% sure if they're gonna bring any of those people in.
Any of the actual defenders in?
Yeah.
I know.
So I was like, who are we talking about? It's gotta be, them. Yeah, I don't know. Like, even if they don't do that, I wonder if it's just gonna split off where he's not gonna be in a big firm and he's gonna end up being back kind of in a smaller firm like he used to be, or is it gonna be him and Cherry doing stuff together? I don't know.
Or is all of this a mistake and everything goes wrong again?
Or he contacts Ms. Marvel from Jersey.
Leader of the young sure, yeah.
Yeah. That is true. We do have that, like, hook in here that could come back.
For a little bit, I thought maybe the Bastion stuff was like hitting too much on the nail on the head kind of thing. And I'm like, you know what? Her coming home to Fisk, maybe they're going to be wrong. Maybe this is a misdirect. And then they just kept going and kept going. I was like, all right, I guess like we're just really driving it in now.
I applaud. You're remarkably consistent with that. I would have been like, it's fucking Muse, and then it would have been Muse, and I would have been an idiot again.
Yeah. Well, like as soon as they
I was kind of with you.
As soon as they did the intro thing, and they're like, I'm like, oh, that guy. Yeah. Why did they show us that guy before? Who else is it gonna be?
Yeah. No. As soon as I saw
it must be
his
him.
eyes. Yeah.
And then when she was like he's talking to her like Bastion, and I was like, are they gonna push real hard? And like she's trying to help him, and this is gonna be kind of more of like a Hector situation where like he's being blamed for it, but he's just he's been trying to be helped by Heather. And I was like, maybe they're gonna go that way with it, and the task force is gonna push real hard at stopping Muse, but really Muse has gone into hiding, and it's gonna be one of those things. But then as they kept on going, like, hey, it was Taekwondo, and his coach died, and then they kept cutting back to him, and he's like, I'm like, okay. Yeah. As it got more and more into it, I was like, oh.
Wait,
but when
still might not be him.
All it was Bastion, and like, I'm like, well, maybe not. But
what if it turns out he was Muse, but he wasn't aware he was Muse? Would you be technically correct?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Like he just changes and becomes Muse.
No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know that.
He puts on the mask and suddenly he's someone else.
It may be a little too similar to something else.
Yeah. Gotcha.
With the same actor.
You mentioned Bullock earlier, Calvin from Batman. I just keep thinking about this thing I read the other day that was Batman and Daredevil should switch names. Mm-hmm. Batman is a little bit more of a Daredevil, and then Daredevil uses like echolocation, like a bat. Yeah, I can see that. We need a poll.
Guys, poll for this week. In this episode, we had some connections maybe pushing towards Heather, maybe having to figure out who Matt is and who is under that mask of Daredevil. But also Kristen, at the attorney firm, pushing against Cherry, being like, you and Matt are keeping something from me and you're not telling me. Who do you think will figure out Matt's secret first? Do you think Kristen will figure it out first? Do you think Heather will figure it out first? Or do you think we'll get to the end of the season and neither of them will have figured it out? I'm going to go with, Heather, maybe? She has a little bit more intimate knowledge. She sees him, with less clothes and seeing the bruises and that, like, might give you a little bit more of a leg up than Kristen, who's like, I think Matt could give like a lot of excuses as to what he's not telling her, maybe, but like I don't know, would he be willing to give up the firm, like by keeping the secret, giving up the firm and not going in there? I don't know.
I'm gonna say.
There's also
Kristen?
Cherry. That's a different like.
Sure. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say that Matt is gonna actively try to keep Heather from finding out, and he'll underestimate Kristen, and she'll come around and she'll find out.
Sure.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
It's not about what he's focusing on, it's what he's not focusing on.
What? Yeah, he's focusing too much on not letting Heather know.
Yep.
And I'm not even counting Cherry. Cherry could be a wild card in that too, where he knows. Like, could he have to tell?
Mr. Devil. Damn it, Cherry.
Calvin, any thoughts?
I don't know. Maybe both, because Matt had a line in here.
It's a first.
No, they would have to do it at the exact same time. That's possible.
Like they're in the same room?
They're in the same room.
Do I have to make another category?
Oh,
you couldn't just pick neither?
Hi, everybody. This is the end card. I hope that you guys had a good video watching experience. And if you want more good video watching experiences, hit subscribe.
Yeah, and go to twitch.tv/blindwave if this is up on Wednesday, because I'm playing Pokemon Blue and you can mess with me in the game. And also a lot of that through all of April. Mess with Zelda Breath of the Wild, or The Raft, or Cuphead.
Yeah.